Y bueno, me gustaría comenzar por compartirles una pequeña historia. Hace más o menos 2 años yo acompañé a mi papá a TED Global en Long Beach. Es una excelente conferencia, grandes conferencistas, casi como la Ciudad de las Ideas. Y bueno, una vez a la hora de registrarme me pidieron una identificación y me dijeron que tenía que ser mayor de 18 años para entrar como oyente. Y sorprendido me volteé y le dije, pero que es ilegal pensar siendo menor de edad. Y después de pelearnos y de movernos un rato y conseguir entrar, yo era la persona más joven con una diferencia mínima de 15 años. Y fue entonces cuando me di cuenta que gran parte del carácter, gran parte de la personalidad de este proyecto, de esta idea llamada la Ciudad de las Ideas, somos los jóvenes. Y por eso estamos tan contentos de poder traerles un grupo tan innovador de mentes jóvenes, brillantes, innovadoras, creativas y bueno, ideastas.
My story also begins at TED. In 2010, when I was 12 years old, I delivered a talk there called What Adults Can Learn from Kids. And when I got home to Redmond, right near Seattle, I organized a TEDx conference entirely for youth to really live the message that I had presented. That same year, I actually came to Mexico. I stood on the same stage and delivered a talk. That was the first time I met Alejandro. Coincidentally, I gave a presentation at a school in Switzerland. This was not planned out, I swear. I have not been stalking him since 2010. We ended up at summer camp together in 2012, and here we are today. Clearly, this session was meant to be. Now, how many of you are excited to be here? Can I see some hands in the air? Woo! Even though Mexico lost? Sorry. So, tell me, why is this session called W Under 18?
It's not W under 18, it's a very simple pun. It's Wonder 18 for wonder, but it plays with the fact that the speakers that we're going to have today accomplished great things and follow their dreams and live their stories before they were 18.
Now, what he doesn't understand is how to count, because the speakers in this session aren't all under 18.
No, I know that, but what you don't understand, or is that they accomplished great things when they were under 18, and they got to live their stories and live the stories they're going to share with us today when they were under 18, and that's why we're so glad to have them here today.
Okay, fine, I guess you're right. But luckily, our next performer is actually under 18, am I right?
Luckily, entonces, nuestra primera ponente, our first speaker, is Umi Garrett. Y Umi es una niña prodigio. Desde los 8 años es considerada una prodigio en piano. Ha tocado y ha cautivado a gente de todo alrededor del mundo con su música. Ha estado en Italia, en Alemania, en Luxemburgo, en Holanda, y hoy tenemos el honor, el orgullo de tenerla aquí con nosotros en México. Y además de ser extremadamente talentosa, es una filántropa. Ha dado muchos conciertos por caridad. El año pasado, de hecho, dio 3 conciertos en Japón para recaudar fondos a favor de la reconstrucción post-tsunami en Japón. ¿Y qué más puedo decir yo de ella que no nos pueda compartir ella, o mejor aún, que no nos pueda compartir su música? Entonces,
please give a warm welcome to Umi Garrett. With the piano. We should all be glad, because what he did instead of pancreatic cancer that is incredibly effective, over 400 times more sensitive than original models. And he did this when he was 15 years old. The sensor is only 3 cents, and it led to him winning the Gordon E. Moore Prize at the Intel Science Fair. Over $100,000 in prizes. He also went on to speak at TED and meet dignitaries ranging from current President Barack Obama to future President Hillary Clinton and many more. He's also one of the worst people I know at making puns.
Bueno, ahora con ustedes, Jack Andraka. What can we do, how can we rally for your technology to be in Mexico, to be in the rest of the world? When will this paper sensor be available for everyone?
So with the current federal processes, it will take at least 5 to 10 years to get onto market. And so hopefully that's what we're going to be really helping to change, because in the US, one of the main things that's holding us back is this one Supreme Court ruling that says institutions own a patient sample and not a doctor. And so that means per patient sample I want to test, I have to cough up $5,000 to test that sample for 6 drops of blood. So hopefully we can help change that so that life-saving technologies can get on the market as soon as possible.
that research. What do you think is the future of research in science, especially with the current situation?
So I think that the future of scientific research really is going to have to shift from these institutions like big universities to more kids like us. I mean, we're at the epitome of creativity and knowledge. I mean, we have so much creativity, we can dream up with wild ideas, and we have enough knowledge to make them possible. And so by helping include the younger generation, those 2 billion under 20, we can help make a scientific revolution. And by making these scientific articles available to everyone, we democratize the process of innovation such that all 7 billion people can make a change. Thank you.
One of the things that really appeals to me about Jack's story is that it shows you don't need a fancy diploma, you don't need an important title, you don't need any piece of paper that says you can change the world. Maybe this is a dangerous idea because it changes how we define what being qualified is. But I think that it's an important one. Ask yourself, how many boys and girls are sitting in classroom chairs waiting, just waiting for the chance to make a difference? How many boys and girls like Jack are waiting for the chance to climb mountains, write novels, or save lives?
Y ese es el punto, ¿no?, de este bloque. Al final de cuentas, los jóvenes y los no tan jóvenes que nos acompañan, ¿por qué esperar para tener un título? ¿Por qué esperar para ser reconocidos intelectuales, para tener ideas peligrosas y para darles vida a estas ideas peligrosas? El punto es que no tenemos que esperar para ninguna de estas cosas y mucho menos esperar a crecer para nosotros impulsar y darles vida a estas ideas. Y eso es lo que nos enseña y es a lo que nos inspira la historia de Jack.
So, I'm going to see a show of hands if we can get the lights back on. Raise your hand if you think you have a dangerous idea. Raise your hand if you're under 18. Seeing some hands? Awesome. Simply by being here, you've taken some of the first steps to getting those ideas jump-started and turning them into reality.
Y pues, es hora de presentar a nuestro próximo ponente. Nuestro próximo ponente es un orgullo mexicano y además un orgullo poblano, señoras y señores. Alberto Brian Alucín, a los 18 años, ganó el Premio Nacional de la Juventud en Ciencia y Tecnología. Tiene 3 patentes y ha creado 8 proyectos, 5 de los cuales fueron creados para ayudar a gente con diferentes capacidades. Y él nos va a presentar uno de sus proyectos, él quiere introducirlo, es el proyecto por el cual él ganó un premio, pero lo único que puedo decir es que qué orgullo que sea mexicano, que sea poblano y que sea una mente tan innovadora, con ideas tan peligrosas, que sea un verdadero mexicano ideasta.
Please welcome Brian to the stage.
Que se llama visión con sentido social, que es lo que creo que cada uno de nosotros debe tener a la hora de realizar cualquier cosa.
Muchas gracias, Brian.
Muchas gracias.
More incredible innovations coming from people our age. Our next speaker, Boyan, is someone who combines environmentalism with creativity and technology, a trend that we've seen in earlier speakers. He works around sustainability, he's committed to reducing ocean pollution, he advocates for preventive measures as well as damage control for the existing plastic pollution in our world's oceans. He founded an organization called Ocean Cleanup. Ocean Cleanup investigates the removal of large-scale plastic and the ocean garbage patches that are driven by water currents. He's also an aerospace engineering student and an avid photographer and diver.
Y pues, además de lo que ahora nos acaba de comentar, tenemos una pequeña confesión que hacerles, y es que cuando investigamos acerca de Boyan Slat y cuando dijimos que lo teníamos que traer a este bloque, nos dimos cuenta que es una de nuestras excepciones, que él ya tenía 19 años. Pero cuando nos dimos cuenta de lo relevante y lo trascendente que es su idea peligrosa, no pudimos evitar que, bueno, hacer otra excepción, porque su proyecto es muy digno de compartir y más que eso es muy muy digno de compartir aquí en la Ciudad de las Ideas, y por eso démosle la bienvenida a William Slack.
Tons of plastic, and a fraction of that enters rivers, waterways, and eventually the oceans. Because if we want to eat biscuits nowadays, we have to buy a biscuit within a plastic wrapper, within a plastic tray, within a cardboard box, within some plastic foil, within a plastic bag. It's not hazardous nuclear waste, it's a biscuit. And, well, this is me. I love diving. Just taking you through my holiday slides here. This is at the pristine Azores Islands, so sharp. But this is how the beaches look. Completely covered in these plastic fragments. Because over the years, due to sun and waves, the plastic breaks down into ever smaller pieces, but remains plastic. And it took quite some time to get here. I mean, I did my first presentation on the topic exactly 1 year ago. And then I spent the next 4 months talking with many professors and industry experts, identifying all the problems, and to see which questions should be answered in this feasibility study. And then I thought it was going pretty well. I had 3,000 views on YouTube, and then I decided to quit my education temporarily. And so then I didn't have, I wasn't studying, I didn't have a social life because I quit that. We didn't have any people, we didn't have any money. Desperately, we emailed about 300 companies for sponsoring, and actually none replied. So I was ejected into too bad, the one or 200. I would be satisfied with that. But then, yeah, finally in April the work paid off, and then we finally got the resources to do the research. Yeah, then it's going good.
Does that make you appreciate the success more now, the fact that there was so much diversity?
Yeah, in fact, I've never been really fond of crowdfunding, to be honest. I wasn't really fond of going into the media. We didn't go into the media because it's something that I call the inventor's dilemma. You can either keep the idea quiet and just, you know, be busy with it after 15 years and be practically useless. But what you could also do is make a website, do a talk, and then hope you just get enough resources to get to the next step. But that's with the risk that it suddenly goes viral on the internet and you're being attacked that you're going into the media because it's just an idea. So that was pretty difficult at the start, but then we had some exposure, so I thought, well, let's make the most of it, and we did a crowdfunding that paid off.
Awesome. We're glad to be there.
Well, another question I had for you is if you could tell something to other young people, other students that don't want school to interfere with their education, like students, young people that want to take on projects like this by themselves and just go ahead and tackle environmental problems or political problems whenever they can and because they feel it's the right thing to do, what advice would you give them?
Why wouldn't you do it?
Sorry. But how can we make it easier so you're not the exception? So it's the norm that everyone wants to, that the education system gives us an incentive to try to do things like this, to try to take on projects by our own.
More freedom in education would certainly help. I mean, now I think education is sort of a method to get to your goal, and if you get the chance to get to your goal in a much quicker way, you should embrace it, I think. Though unfortunately, unfortunately, we only got 80 hours for the research study which I did in the last grade of my secondary year, and we spent over 800 on it. So I think if just give the students 800 hours and see what they come up with. That's all.
Bueno, y nuestro próximo oponente es un chavo que a mí personalmente me ha inspirado, no solo por lo que ha logrado. Él es la persona más joven en la historia en escalar las 7 cimas más altas del mundo, las 7 montañas más altas del mundo, incluyendo el Monte Everest a los 13 años. Y aunque eso es impresionante, aunque es completamente admirable, lo que a mí más me hizo querer que esté aquí con nosotros en la Ciudad de las Ideas fue que después de que subió al Monte Everest lo criticaron mucho y le dijeron a sus papás: ¿cómo pueden dejar que un niño de 13 años haga algo tan peligroso? Y él contestó: estaba tan preparado como cualquier persona, como cualquier adulto puede estarlo. Y si lo estoy, y si soy capaz, y si confío en mí, y mis papás, que son sus entrenadores, también confían en mí, ¿por qué no hacerlo? Y ha defendido a todos los jóvenes que lo quieren hacer en televisión, en muchas entrevistas. Y bueno, sin más preámbulos, Jordan Romero.
Put your hands together.
Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you.
It's been fun.
So, favorite mountain?
Favorite mountain? I would say Antarctica. Antarctica was super awesome. You got to go down there and ski a bunch, and also probably one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to. It's just no human development, and just as far as the eye can see is what you can see from the top of the beach or mountain we were on. So it was incredible. Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Our next speaker is Jose Luis Gutierrez. He's a Mexican pianist and cellist. He's a member of the Esperanza Azteca Orchestra since it was founded, and he has participated in the Cámara de Aguascalientes Music Festival and in the Cámara de San Miguel de Allende, Guanajuato International Music Festival. My pronunciation is terrible, I apologize, but his music will be wonderful.
Bueno, con ustedes, José Luis Gutiérrez. Nuestro siguiente y último speaker, hay muy pocas cosas que en realidad yo o Adora podamos decir, porque su historia habla por sí sola. Y lo que yo creo que sí podría decir es que es muy diferente luchar por una idea, es muy diferente luchar por un proyecto que luchar para sobrevivir. Y eso es lo que Joseph Kim hizo. Joseph Kim escapó de Corea del Norte a los 16 años y hoy está en México con nosotros para contarnos su historia.
If you've ever seen a picture of the world at night, then you'll notice that some places are lit up and some places are dark. Mexico City, Paris, New York City, Beijing, they're all lit up like stars on Earth. But go to the Korean Peninsula, and if you were in Michael Shermer's talk, you saw this picture, and you'll notice that South Korea is bright and North Korea is dark. The story you're about to hear from Joseph Kim is truly a testament to finding light in the darkest of places.
Bravo, bravo.
Thank you very much. Señoras